Welcome back to Spotlight on Schools. I'm Winfried Fenneberg, the Superintendent of Schools here in Windham, New Hampshire. Today, we are at the Windham Middle School, where we'll join Principal Dan Moulis as he visits two sixth grade science classes and teachers Karen Tenhagen and Tracy Lamb. These classes feature the McAuliffe-Shepard Biodome and Chromebook computers. Clearly not the sixth grade science classes I remember.
Hi, I'm Dan Moulis, principal at Windham Middle School, and today we are visiting some sixth grade science classes. And what we have going on here is in sixth grade, Mrs. Tenhagen's classroom, our students being involved in a very hands-on inquiry approach with Earth Space Science. And we have the McAuliffe-Shepard Discovery Center Dome, where they will be viewing constellations, space science, and getting a real inquiry approach to their sixth grade experience in science. Karen, tell us a little bit about your background and how long you've been here in the Windham Middle School in the Windham School District.
This is my fourth year here in Windham, and I've been lucky enough to teach sixth grade Earth Space Science for all 4 years. My background is middle school science, so I love working with sixth graders, and Earth Space is my favorite part of science.
So tell us a little bit about what the students are learning here in the dome.
Today's movie is called Ice Worlds, and so they're visiting that seventh continent they never get to visit in social studies, a little bit of Antarctica. They get to see the difference between the North Pole and the South Pole and learn about ice worlds, moons from other planets, and about how ice plays an important part in our solar system. In social studies, they're doing a worksheet on Antarctica and the explorers of Antarctica, and then it talks about volcanoes today. We've just finished volcanoes, and we'll be talking about human interaction and global climate change, and that's all covered in the movie too. So it's really great to come back and pull those pieces back in, remind them about this fantastic experience we had today.
Well, this is a great inquiry approach, great hands-on approach, and thank you for letting us visit today, Mrs. Tenhagen.
Thank you for coming.
So our next visit is with Mrs. Lamb, again, sixth grade science, and we're going to see some of the sixth graders working with the Chromebooks today, integrating technology and science in the classroom, particularly earthquakes and fault lines. So this will be a great approach to see some of the technology resources that Mrs. Lamb is using in the classroom. Let's go in and visit. So we're here again visiting with Mrs. Lamb. Mrs. Lamb, how are you today?
I'm well. How are you, Mr. Moulis?
I'm doing well. So, Ms. Lamb, tell us a little bit about your background, how long you've been here at Windham Middle School in the Windham School District?
Well, I've been at Windham Middle School for about 6 or 7 years now, and this is my third year teaching science here at sixth grade, and my second year teaching ILS, and that's what you see here today. So right now what the students are doing is they're using their Google Drive and they're using Google Drawings to create science fault lines to kind of reinforce earthquakes. That's what they're working on in science right now. I can take the skills that they kind of use with the technology and yet use social studies and science and math and reinforce what they're doing in other classes.
That's excellent. So tell us a little bit about how the students in sixth grade are interacting with the Google Chromebooks and with the Google Drive and the assignment they're doing.
They really love using the Chromebooks. They have their favorite assignments and things that they like to work on, and I learn things from them all the time, which I think is great. They're very skilled at it, at using what they have to, the programs, and knowing where to go with them, and even just zooming in, zooming out, all the little tricks of things like that they're good at it, and they enjoy it.
I wanted to also ask you, from a practicality standpoint, how do students, as they interface with this technology, how do they build upon that to the future as they go forward into 7th and 8th grade, onto high school, and then entering into the real world and the workplace?
Well, I think it's great. I know as they get into 7th, 8th grade, they integrate more technology. In 8th grade, using the laptops themselves now, and the high school with the one-to-one program. I think it's a great chance for them to have more interaction with it. And their future, technology is the future. I can't imagine them having a job where they didn't have some sort of technology interaction. So the more comfortable with it they are younger, it's just going to become second nature as they get older.
That's great. Well, this is a great interdisciplinary approach, and thank you again for having us here today. Thank you again to our viewers for visiting our two sixth grade science teachers, Mrs. Tenhagen and Mrs. Lamb, as we visited some of our sixth grade science classes and students. It was a great day to see some of the different approaches that they use for inquiry-based learning, hands-on approaches, and technology in the classroom. And please join us next week as we continue another episode, Spotlight on Schools.